It's that time again. If you're a real estate agent and you're looking to finally build a business that creates consistent cash flow, but you're concerned about all of the market disruptions, relax. You found your safe haven to learn the secret to success. List you last. Welcome to this week's podcast. Hey, welcome, fellow listing agents. Bob Mangold, the listing coach, here with this week's If You List You Last podcast. Now, today, I'm going to give you a business checkup overview that you'll be able to use to self-score in order to give yourself an honest assessment of the real estate business that you're operating. Now, the question is, are you operating a real estate business or are you just operating a real estate job? It will completely pinpoint every area of your business that you need to focus on to improve and the procedures you need to implement. Most importantly, it can really serve as a checklist of every system, strategy, process, and marketing that you should have in place to run a successful real estate business. Now, when you're done, you'll have a complete to-do list for 2025. Now, every one of the points I ask on this quiz is exactly what I help agents implement into their businesses. But at the end, if you catch yourself saying, wow, I wish my business was running like this, trust me, I can help you. Now, as a podcast, and to keep this relatively short, I'm going to be going through the list fairly quickly. You can also take this assessment on my website at www.homehub.com. And at the end, when you do the evaluation online, it's going to give you a detailed evaluation specifically to your business and what you should be focused on. So go ahead, grab a pen, piece of paper, and mark down your score for each question. And finally, just a quick reminder, make sure you join us at Real Estate Asset Advisor Facebook group so you can join in on the conversation, share your thoughts, comments, or questions on anything that I cover right here on the podcast. So go ahead, grab a cup of coffee and settle in. Let's get to it. Now, how does the business checkup work? We're simply going to go through 50 statements and assign a score between 0 and 10 for each statement, okay? Now, if you're not doing them, you give yourself a 0. If you're doing it occasionally, give yourself a 2 or a 3. If you're doing it more than you're not, give yourself a 5, and so on. And if you're doing every day, doing that item every day at the highest level, give yourself a 10. It's okay. Pat yourself on the back. Now, at the end of the last statement, add up your score, and it'll compare to the points grid that I've created. Now, you're going to need to get the points grid from the website when you do that, and it'll actually give you a customized overview of what you need to do to input into your business. The reason I can't do it on a podcast is, well, I don't know what your score is going to be, so I wouldn't be able to do that, and I don't know what your strong points and your weaker points are, so that's why you need to do it online to actually get the full evaluation. But this is going to serve as a checklist for you, if you will, on what you need to implement in your business. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. First area, market expertise. Number 1, you have a detailed analysis to determine the exact neighborhoods with the highest amount of turnover in the last year. You know that. Number 2, you know the top 3 markets people are moving from into your market. Number 3, you have at least 25 agent relationships in each of those markets. Number 4, you know the largest employers and or military people moving into your market. So if you have a military base in your market, are you aware and do you have a strategy for that? Number 5, you have a written business plan that outlines exactly how many transactions you need to reach your income goal. Number 6, you have a written list of systems, processes, and tasks that must be completed for your business to operate. You have a time-blocked, color-coded weekly schedule, usually in Excel, so you're working at maximum efficiency. Number 8, you have a written job description for every ISA, employee, or agent. Next is database management. Number 9, you have a CRM and have multiple follow-up campaigns set for buyers, sellers, and investors. Number 10, you have at least 2,500, and that's the low end, people in your CRM that are likely to sell in the next 24 to 36 months. Number 11, at least 10% of your CRM should be divorcing homeowners with a lead funnel to continuously add this niche lead source into your funnels. Number 12, you have an ISA who manages your database and enters all the new leads, assigning tags. And then 13, you have a follow-up system for open house traffic and new leads. Next, database nurturing. Number 14, are you sending out at least 3 emails and or texts per week to your database? Number 15, you have a system to follow up with new leads on their social media accounts to ensure they see your posts. You have pre-written 1-year email follow-up campaigns for each of your lead types. And what's most important in here, folks, do you have ISA working this for you so you make sure it's getting done? Next are your referral systems. Number 17, you have a system for getting referrals from past clients. That's right, getting referrals isn't just luck or luck of the draw, anything like that. You have to have a system to do that. So number 17, you have a system for getting referrals. Number 18, you have a local business partner Rolodex of providers where you're receiving at least 10 closed referrals every year. Number 19, you have a nationwide network of agents referring at least 10 closings a year to you. Number 20, you have a plan, a system, and a strategy to triple that number every year. And number 21, you speak with your referral partners, your sphere of influence, and past clients at least once per quarter. Once a year is not good enough. Once a quarter. Next section, online branding. Number 22, rate your online presence from 1 to 10. Number 23, you're posting social media content 7 days a week, 5 times a day. Number 24, you're using AI to create content. Number 25, you're blogging 3 to 5 times a week. Number 26, your Google business profile is optimized for backlinks, maps, and keywords. Number 27, you have an effective system to actually get online reviews. You create at least 10 videos and 25 shorts or reels per month. And number 29, you have at least 20 reviews on your Google business profile and Facebook. Next section, advertising. You're running Google local services ads. Number 31, you're running Facebook custom audience ads to your databases. 2, you're running Google network ads. Number 33, you advertise on YouTube. Number 34, you have a lead magnet, materials like ebooks to increase your ad response. 35, you actually have a monthly advertising budget. Number 36, your lead generation funnels, your advertising, your open house, direct mail referrals, all of that are adding at least 250 leads per month into your CRM, 1 to 10. Next, your lead generation systems. Number 37, you or your ISA spend at least 10 hours per week circle prospecting and setting appointments. 38, you hold at least 2 open houses per month that follows written procedures and you actually have a process for it. Number 39, your average open house attendance exceeds 50 people. Number 40, you have an open house lead conversion strategy along with corresponding materials, right? You actually have a plan to convert business from your open houses, which that's why you're doing them, right? Now, number 41, you have a process to add at least 3 additional transactions from every listing. 42, you or an IFA are making at least 100 circle prospecting calls after the home goes under contract. Now, our lead conversion, number 43, you have an elevator speech, a USP, a unique selling proposition on why people should hire you to sell their home, where 90% of potential sellers respond with, well, how'd you do that? Why does somebody work with you? You've got to be able to answer that. Number 44, you have an elevator speech on why people should hire you as a buyer's agent and get 99% of them to schedule a Zoom appointment with you. You may be going, 99%, that's a really high number. I promise you with the right elevator speech or unique selling proposition, you can get 100% of them to schedule an appointment with you. Number 45, you should have a specific marketing and conversion strategy. Let's do that again. Number 45, you should have a specific marketing and conversion strategy specifically for divorcing homeowners. Number 46, you have the materials, the systems, and the strategies that are 100% designed to convert leads and, most importantly, generate referrals. Finally, listings. Number 47, you're contacting FSBOs, expired, and canceled listings every single week. Number 48, you have a custom listing presentation, and it's geared towards the client goal and not all about you. They don't care about you. 49, you have a database and a strategy to work with flippers. And number 50, you or an ISA are making at least 100 circle prospecting appointment setting calls a week for listings. Now, there are 500 possible points available. So you can add up your numbers from each one of those statements. That's the whole goal of it, right? And then what we've done is we've created on the website, again, I can't do this for you on a podcast because the way that you answer questions will determine your plan. It also determines your score. So if you go to www.homebosslistinghub.com, at the top of the page, you'll see a link, and you can actually take this on here because I understand I did go pretty quickly on this. But again, it's a podcast. I don't want to keep you on here for an hour doing it. And the truth is I can't really give you a complete assessment until you actually go to the website and do it, where I can understand where your strong points and the weak points of your business actually resides. Make sense? Now, I think you can tell from just looking at the questions or the statements that I gave you and breaking it down into each category like that. At the end of the day, folks, here's what I find. If people need help running a business, there's 6 areas that you have to focus on. Number 1 is lead generation, although I personally believe lead conversion is more important. Why spend a lot of time and money generating leads if you can't turn it into business, right? So you've got lead generation and lead conversion are 2 of the 6 areas. Number 3 is you actually have a listing strategy, listing presentation, databases for finding listing prospects, an entire system for that. Included in listing is, do you have an open house system? That's lead generation, but again, our goal is to get 3 to 5 transactions from every listing. So you actually have a system, a strategy around listing properties, right? We actually have a Zoom presentation. It's only about 20 minutes. We take most of our listings actually on Zoom. Do you have a system like that? Area number 4 is, what's your personal brand? Let me explain what branding is versus marketing. A branding is about why somebody should hire you. Marketing is about finding them so they can hire you. But folks, you can do all the marketing you want to generate leads, if you will. But if you don't have a brand where it specifically tells people why they work with you, those 2 things have to work in sync. So what's your brand? How often do people see you out? Do you get in front of them? Are they seeing you like to your database? Do they see you 3, 4, 5 times a week? That's what branding is. Number 5 is building a referral network. Folks, everybody says a referral is the greatest business to have. Do you have a local, a national, and a global network? And if you don't, you're missing a huge amount of production. And then finally is maybe it's the most important, it's the operations or administration of your business. Who do you have doing the work? Who's managing your database? Who's sending out the emails? Who's making circle prospecting calls? If you need help in your business, folks, I promise those are the 6 areas that you have to look at. This assessment is designed to tell you what's most important for you in your business as it exists. Now, I get asked all the time is, hey, Bob, I'm thinking of, changing companies or changing my plans or things like that. What I would tell you, folks, if you can't resolve those 6 areas of your business, then you need to figure out how. The reason I created this assessment was to be able to take and help provide guidance to people to identify specifically in those 6 areas, where do you need the most help? Now, for many agents, they need help in all 6 areas. The reason I created the assessment is when somebody's done with it, I actually can give them a business plan of exactly what to do, when to do it, and how long it should take to implement. Imagine if you ran a business and you got a 500 score on this, and you were excellent in all 50 of those items that I listed out. Do you know how much money you'd be making? The question that I ask every agent is, what are you willing to do to earn life-changing money? Now, life-changing money could be completely different for you than what it might be for me or another person that you know. The question is, you determine the life-changing money, the life-changing income. My question is, what are you willing to do? What I will tell you is those 50 statements broken out across those 6 subcategories, those things that you need to focus on, it's going to be the difference between you being extremely successful in real estate and just getting by, right? So The people who are just getting by, they move from a deal and they go, oh my gosh, now I got to go find another one. Like you're on the real estate hamster wheel, never quite sure where your mortgage payment or rent payment's going to come from. To me, that means you have a real estate job. And if you're happy making $50, $60, $70,000 a year, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you actually want to have a business that creates repeatable and dependable income for you, you actually have to have business processes and systems in place. And you have to strategically determine what that branding is for you. Why should somebody hire you? The assessment is there to help you answer some of the technical questions, but it's a much deeper dive to help do that. So definitely go to the website, take the assessment, see where that ends up. And at the end of the assessment, you actually have the opportunity to schedule a call with me, and I can go through that and give you some direction on maybe what directions you should take. So again, go to www.homeboss.com, take the quiz, see what your numbers come out, and then go ahead and schedule a call. So if you need help reaching that final level, folks, like to me, the final level would be retirement. I could literally walk away and still generate income. Hey, then we should talk. So go ahead, take the assessment, then go ahead and schedule a call. And hey, let's see if there's something I can do to help you out. Until next week, remember, if you list, you last. We'll talk to you then.